Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Living Large Las Vegas. My name's Coby Sherlock, and today, back in the lab, Mr. Derek Parent. Derek, say hello to everybody.
Hello, hello.
Guys, today we're bringing to you a really incredible guest, and actually, first time, we're bringing to you two guests who are two great friends of ours, incredible leaders in our community, and we're up to some really cool stuff that I'm absolutely going to let them speak into as we go through. So first, I'd like to introduce who we have here is Jolene, Mannina, who is the president of secretburger.com. And of course, we also have Miss ANNMARIE FEILER, who is the president of special events management. So before we dive in, ladies, could you say hello to everybody?
Hello, everybody.
Hey, good morning, Las Vegas.
And Derek, of course, how long have you known both of these ladies, our guests today?
Well, it's funny, Joelle, we've known since, when Nine Steakhouse was open, right? And ANNMARIE, about 4 years. We've done a lot of personal development stuff together and became really, really good friends over the last, several years. So I'm honored to have both of these amazing women, in our lab today. So, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And of course, just so the listeners know, what we're up to, why don't you tell them a little bit about how you guys came together in partnership and really what we're working towards right now?
How we came together, I don't know if we can talk about on this podcast, but we can tell you why we're here today.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, we've been friends for a really long time. Yeah. We're practically family, and we've worked on many events together. This is just one of the things that's happening right now currently, which is the Women's Hospitality Initiative for Las Vegas.
Jolene, what and who are the Women's Initiative or Hospitality Initiative, excuse me?
So it's a nonprofit organization. And we are committed to curating programs for women so that they can grow into leadership programs, right, within the restaurant industry.
Yep. Culinary programming, education, and really elevating the conversation around women in restaurants, culinary, and hospitality, and sort of having a breakthrough about the role that women get to have and earn here in Las Vegas. And hopefully that message expands on a national level. So
it's no secret that both of you do incredible work here in Vegas. And I've had the pleasure, of course, of seeing you in action, ANNMARIE. And, I guess what I really want to know and what I'd love for the listeners to know is why is this important to both of you? And why is it important to get the initiative out, not only locally, but nationally?
Well, people, there's been a light that's shined on everything that's been going on, right? Within the industry where there is a gender gap of women in executive roles. And, not that long ago, there's been a lot of research done around it. And in Vegas specifically, the amount of women that are going to culinary school and graduating versus the percentage that are in the executive roles, which is like 5%. So now is a really good time. We're all banding together, the women, the men, everyone, mentors, to actually put something in place to give women a platform to excel.
Yeah. And for me, obviously, as a concept level, being a professional who's been in hospitality for over 25 years, it's just that. It's very important for me for that reason alone. But there's another reason that's really passionate for me. I have a daughter who's now 23. Her name is Mackenzie, and she recently graduated from UNLV's hospitality program. And it's very clear to me that we are passing the baton in the hospitality industry to the next generation of men and women. And I want to know that we did what we could do in order to pass a baton that we're proud of and gives them a platform to really blossom into who they're meant to be in this industry. And anything that gets in the way of that isn't, that shouldn't be, that we take a really hard look at it and what's working and what's not working and make a difference so that the next generation has every opportunity that they're meant to have.
I hear you in the action that you need to take. First of all, in hospitality, passing the baton, what a great leader to pass it to. Then Mackenzie, I love her. I'm just going to drop that in there. Mackenzie's a good friend, and if you don't know her, follow her. She's doing great work. And so, hi, Mackenzie. I hope you're watching. But, something that I'd love to hear more about, too, is how can WHI make a change? What are you guys going to, really do to put into action?
Start, we are, and we're a new organization. This is just coming together right now, and already we are teamed up with UNLV to start mentorship classes, leadership classes. We're also partnered with the National Restaurant Association to get in the early stage in their pro start in the high schools. So we're reaching the women at a very young age, right, to get going. And then these programs will help excel, and they'll start to build. We'll stay hyper-focused on a few things and then let it grow from there.
Yeah. And Adam, the Pro Start program that Jolene's talking about is really a pretty inspiring goal that Y has, which is, as she mentioned, to get involved with young women in high school so that as they're going into university level, as they're going out into career level, they've got information, education, and opportunity from the beginning. Rather than having to fight their way through it once they get out there in the industry, we're really poising to position education as a priority for this organization and having young women be empowered right from the get-go.
I mean, it's a common theme right now. Obviously, you've spoken to the gap and really, education, and we talk about involvement across all industries. Just yesterday on the Oscars, they were talking about women directors getting a snub, and what the Oscars had going, and so I really love to hear what you guys are up to, and the education piece is important. Can you speak into a little bit more about how you're going to use this platform to, instill an education, essentially path for those to come?
Yeah, that's literally the biggest piece that we're focused on right now to get started, right, is that education. And it's building, a membership as well with Y so that we can do, programs throughout the year, even outside of what we're going to implement within the college, so that it's not just the students that are involved in it, but it's anyone within the restaurant, hospitality industry in Vegas. So, I mean, I could be a member, ANNMARIE, Mackenzie, anyone who is working front of house, back of house can actually become a member and get the information that they need, ask for help, and have guidance and someone to mentor them.
And program development will continue to expand as the organization continues to grow. And some of the goals are to actually create curriculum, like we mentioned, for high schools, and to create curriculum at the university level that is heavily influenced and co-written, essentially, by some of the founding board of Y, which if you haven't gone to womenshospitalityinitiative.com, go check it out. You'll get a lot more details on what these unique initiative and goals are with regard to education. And you'll also see who the founding members are and who the founding board is and what incredible support there is right now. People are willing to put a spotlight on something that hasn't exactly worked the way we would ideally hope it to. And that's hard to do. When you have to look at something from a responsible stand, when you have to look at something that isn't what we want it to be yet, and then stand in that spotlight in order to create a change to make it become what you want, that's not easy. And these men and women who are participating at the founding level on this organization are really, in my opinion, champions and heroes of a dream and a vision and a mission that is really critical to the future of the hospitality industry, period, for men and women.
Well, you're a woman with a big vision, big dream. You were just showcased in a magazine, the Vegas women, and you guys have always been influences in your field. So for me, what inspires you guys to want to take this next level? I mean, you both have great careers, great businesses. Why this?
I mean, I've been in the restaurant industry for over 20 years now, right? And I have all of my friends are involved in this industry, women and men. And I watch how hard they push, how hard they work. I mean, 24 hours a day to get what they want, to be able to excel and or start their own business. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all. I have massive respect for everyone in this industry and what they do and the love that they have and the support that they give to each other. Okay. And so, if I have the opportunity to have a voice, I'm going to take it. Yeah. Right. It's like, for whatever reason, people might listen to me.
Well, I think right? people listen to you now.
So if I have that opportunity, I mean, I can get up each day and be like, great, I'm putting some effort each day into something to support my friends. And at the end of the day, we're all going to be happy, right? It makes sense for all of us. So, yeah, I mean, I just can't imagine not being a part of it. When I was asked to launch this, there was absolutely no way I was going to say no. I'm like, how can I reserve enough time each week that I can dedicate myself to this? If there was something I was going to dedicate myself to, it's going to be this. So it was no question.
I mean, you have a great following. I mean, you're a legend in this town. When it lasts, 20 years of stuff that you've done and where you've worked and who you've worked with. I mean, just some of the stuff that we've been involved in has been amazing.
Thank you. It's been a lot of fun.
And I get what that connection's like too in the restaurant industry. I had the chance to work over at Thomas Keller's Bouchon. It is family. It is family. You're with them all day. We work long shifts.
Yeah.
We serve whoever walks through the door. If there's anything I've been able to take from that industry and what we do daily, it is, really what hospitality is defined by here in Las Vegas. It's a whole nother level, and it's really, I'm grateful for it.
Right.
What I love you said, like mentorship, so that's how I look at my end of my career. I'm 46 now, so I've been in this industry for 20 years, and now I get to mentor Coby, right? And I get to mentor other people that want to get into this business. And so you guys, when you're mentoring, the next woman that comes up and knows if I can't do something, she can look at you guys and say, if they did it, we can do it. It's given that type of persistence and energy. So, thank you for what you're doing, because this town is poised for the next great leaders, right? We've grown so much in the last couple of years, and I think we're always forward thinking. And to do this, and especially this town, I mean, it's not just gambling anymore. People are coming here to eat, right? Some great restaurants, and you guys are amazing.
Thank you. For me, I by nature am an advocate, and things that inspire my passion, which obviously food and beverage, hospitality, culinary, my life's been dedicated to that work. So I am just passionate about it, period. I think breaking bread, sharing meals, sharing food is one of the most essential ways that human beings connect. I think that there's a lot of opportunity to reach a lot of people, and if there is a message to be said and a conversation to be had and a result to be created in a community around food and beverage, as a person who's naturally if you ask me what am I, I'm an advocate. So this is a great opportunity to put that into play in a part of the industry that has literally, kept a roof over my head and food on my table and had me jump out of bed with joy to get out to work each day because I love this industry so much. So it's just at every level, intellectually, emotionally, it's an awesome thing to be able to participate in.
I mean, you put together some great stuff. I remember seeing pictures from the Great Gatsby thing, thinking,
They're fun.
Yeah, you always have some amazing times. So amazing.
Yeah, Derek and I, we get the chance to speak to some really great community leaders in here, and something that always comes up is how and we both lived in New Orleans. That's cool. So, and we've lived in major cities. I lived in Nashville. Something special about how receptive Las Vegas is to really pushing initiatives forward when it supports this community. So can you speak into how receptive Vegas has been for you in the industry? How'd they taken this?
It's been overwhelmingly positive. Everyone that we have approached to be a part of this has said yes. Everyone is giving some time or have donated to make it actually happen. It's, like I said, it's been a little overwhelming. I mean, you see how Las Vegas came together when we had the big tragedy, right?
Yeah.
And so many of us were here for the hospitality. We want to help each other. We want to find a way that we can support each other. And especially within this industry, they have so much to give. And so it's been great. It's super powerful. It's not just the women, it's also the men. And it's really going to allow us to move the needle. Like Anne-Marie was saying, the people who are on our boards and who are giving are the decision makers, right? They're decision makers within the casino businesses. So if it's going to happen, we have got the right team in place to make it work.
I think it's incredible. And we know that now here in Las Vegas, you got some things coming up. Tell me about the 18th. What do we have coming up?
So so the Women's Hospitality Initiative it's our launch party on February 18th. And so this is a day that's got 3 different activations that's happening. It's all taking place at UNLV. And so a ticket will get you access to a screening of A Fine Line, which is a documentary by Joanne James. And this documentary is kind of laying out the problems, right? The challenges for women, the gender gap. And they are, speaking to top chefs around the U.S. And so you can sit through this documentary. Then after, there's an interactive panel with 6 leading women and also Dean Shoemaker from UNLV as the moderator. So you've got the panel, And then everyone shifts over to the hospitality hall at UNLV for a big celebration. And that we're activating 3 levels, 58 stations of
58.
food
She
and
said
beverages.
58. Did
So
you guys hear that?
That's a
Literally
whole
every
lot of groups.
female chef in Vegas
Yeah.
is going to be there putting out some amazing
Wow.
food. So you get to tour the hospitality hall while you're eating and drinking. It's going to be a really powerful night. So it's going to be a great night for us to really start spreading that awareness of what we are doing. And then you get to meet all of the,
Yes.
the women in the community that, make Vegas unique and special.
Unbelievable. Huh?
And I mean, like, it's a historic night. It really is. The film is a select screening, and it is such a well done film that it's truly engaging. Whether you're in hospitality or not, the stories of these women are moving, and they're powerful. And then the panel itself, who's on the panel, their iconic leadership of Las Vegas, and then 58 different food and beverage stations. I mean, I have been here for a really long time, and outside of a massive festival, I really haven't seen something curated like that. And really, that is a testament to Jolene's talent. It's a testament
Let's
to
go.
the love she's created in the culinary community, who will come out and pull it off. And it's quite a logistic accomplishment to curate something like this. And I'm super proud to be sitting with you and be part of it.
Yeah.
I love this woman.
It's going to be a fun
I
night.
love it.
And,
Yeah.
and tickets are still on sale, so please, if you're listening, go and purchase a ticket. You can get it from secretburger.com. You can go to the Women's Hospitality Initiative.com, and the tickets are only $60.
Yes.
They're $60, and that gets you access to all 3. And if you can't make, for some reason, the screening, you can still show up for the party or vice versa. And then for UNLV students, it's only $30.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's funny, not funny, but we're always hearing about you. UNLV is doing so many amazing things. They partner up with so many people in this community leaders, just like yourself, to do this event. It's going to be a pretty special night.
Yes, they are huge supporters of what we're doing.
Yeah, and I'm a huge supporter of UNLV in general. I mean, I think it's an incredible school. The fact that the hospitality college at UNLV is #1 in the country, and for years it has been. It's gone back and forth with Harvard and kind of played with the Ivy League, but it's very consistently been 1 or 2, and it's 1 right now. It's just an incredible university, and the support we get out of the School of Hospitality is fantastic. And Hospitality Hall itself is an incredible building, as an incredible learning institution. It's a relatively new building, and for that alone,
Yeah,
I'd want to go to
right.
this event just to be able to tour that facility. It's really quite impressive.
That building you said is pretty new, right?
Very new.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just opened
It is
last
open.
year.
Yeah,
yeah?
something
It just
like
opened.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. I need to go check it out.
It's
Well, you're going to come to the
gorgeous.
event, right?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. I'll see you there. Oh, matter of fact, so if someone can't attend, or maybe they want to be in service,
Yeah,
is there a way for volunteering?
Well, I would say normally we would need volunteers, but we had 85 volunteers from UNLV
Let's
that have
go.
signed up. Yes. So
That's incredible.
it's incredible.
Yeah, but the organization itself for the big
Sure.
picture mission outside of this launch event
Right.
will absolutely need a series of
Yes.
volunteers, and they'll be volunteering programming and so forth. So, Coby, you just let us know when you're ready. We'll put you to work, okay?
Nah, matter of fact, I'm coming to the event. So you need
Right.
anything, you can call me, but I want to be there. For folks that want to get into contact with you, what's the best way for them to get involved or get into contact?
That would be to go to the website, to go to Women's Hospitality Initiative and sign up for, like a newsletter, so you get constant information as we're growing.
And then
They can also go to Facebook too.
Yeah,
Or if they
so
wanna
how can they
contact us
find
that
you?
way.
Like phone numbers, email, or just secretburger.com?
Well, for me specifically, it would be team@secretburger.com. Yeah. And that's how they would get directly in touch with me, and I can, tell them, I can give them all the appropriate information that they need for however they'd like to
all
support.
right.
I really
Yeah.
want to know more about Secret Burger, maybe on another conversation, because I love burgers.
Awesome, huh?
Well,
It's so much more than that.
Jolene, this is your
I'm
chance
like-
for a shameless
Oh my
plug.
God,
Tell
Right.
us about it.
Well, Secret Burger is more about the secret than the burger, so it's a little bit of everything. But what we're doing is we're creating exclusive, one-time only culinary experiences. Okay, so you're going to go to secretburger.com to find these amazing culinary dishes, off-the-menu dishes, We do collaborations with chefs. We're running all the tickets for large, like Whiskey in the Wilderness and Picnic in the Alley through it. So really, if you're a foodie, this is the place to go.
Valentine's is coming up, so
We have an event for Valentine's Day at Hardway 8. They're doing a special off-the-menu pasta dinner. It's going to be 3 courses. So you have to reserve these tickets in advance. You cannot buy these experiences at the restaurant. The whole point of this is that you're pre-purchasing it, and there's only so many available. So it's usually limited to 50 tickets, right? So we're creating that little FOMO, right? You got to get in there early.
Yeah, and what's really cool about Secret Burger for me as a customer, right? I go to Secret Burger and buy stuff all the time. I love what she's doing. But what you get is something that the chefs don't already have on their menu. Either they got a unique product in that they want to share, or they maybe want to try something out, or they want to be a little riskier with a recipe that is not on their menu yet. Maybe they're thinking about putting. I don't know.
We promote
it's just
them.
incredible.
Like, we push them to do things that are off-brand.
Yeah.
So like EDO is a Spanish tapas restaurant. But they're doing a ramen. They're doing a duck ramen for one night only. So that you're never going to get this dish again. Yeah. So you're going to drive across town on this one day to get it. And they sold out a month in advance. Wow. Right? We're doing a series called 5-Star Fast Food, where we're bringing in executive chefs to recreate fast food dishes. And we're doing this at Meraki. We actually have one tonight with Chef Josh from Bordeaux. So he's doing a crispy fish sandwich. And the next one that's going to come up is with Chef Christophe from Robuchon. So he's going to do something funky. And so we're creating all these like fun series, but you have to go to the website and you have to reserve them in advance.
Your smile just says how excited you are about everything that you do.
Yeah.
You're just so alive.
I mean,
I
get to eat off the menu every day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
How many people could enjoy an experience off a seat? Is it like limited number?
It's limited. So some. We just did one with Gina Marinelli at La Strega, and it was only 10.
Okay.
Right? It was 10. She did Octopus for 2, so it was technically 20 people that could come to it, but she only sold 10 tickets because that's all she could get in or have time to prepare or whatever it may be. So it was really exclusive, right? And then there's some that are 50. Like tonight we'll have 50 that come for the fish sandwich. And then we'll get into the bigger experiences like the Women's Hospitality Initiative, where we'll actually be pushing that through our site too, because it's an Epicurean event as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you being so dialed in, so you called up 58 different women from all these different restaurants and said, "Hey, we want you to participate."
We invited all of them, and they get approval like this to be a part of something like this. You know what I mean?
Share some of the chefs, Jen.
Yeah. So the lineup is pretty big.
Good.
But we have Mary Sue Malinkin and Susan Finneker from Border Grill. We have Lorena Garcia from Chica, who's coming out. We have Nicole Brisson from Locale, Gina Marinelli from La Strega, Sonia El Noel from Rooster Boy. We have Nina Manchev from the Caviar Collective and also Forte. Claudia, who owns Desert Eco Farm. So we've got a farmer out there who's going to be doing her dish. Jennifer Murphy, who is the executive chef of Caesar's Palace. Christina Wilson, who's the executive chef of Gordon Ramsay. I mean, the list just goes on and on. So it's a combination of sweet and savory. It's a little like bite-sized dishes. You can kind of graze through the whole thing. We've got a whole lineup of bartenders. We got a master sommelier who is going to be there. So it's pretty awesome.
Are these all are most of these restaurants on the strip, or are these
They're
some
both.
off the strip?
There's both.
Locales in my neighborhood.
So we have some amazing restaurants here. Not just, if you're listening, we have amazing restaurants in the state that's just not on the strip or in one of these amazing casinos.
Amazing off the strip restaurants. I mean, that's a whole nother show. If you want to do that show, I will line that up and we can talk about all the places to go across the city that are off the strip. I mean, I can't promote enough people to venture out and taste the great food that we have.
I'm always looking for, I'm always trying to find a different place to go. Yeah.
Spreadsheet for you.
Yeah, it's cool because
I follow Jolene and David on Google Maps because they map out all of the amazing restaurants that they support off the strip. And this has been about the last, I would say, 5 or 6 years that these more local restaurants have really taken over the scene and just
taken the step out to open their own place, leave the strip, and and just start, right? And it started with 1, and then 2, 3, and it's just exploded. Yeah. And now the community is here to support it, right? There's enough people and foodies to come out and support it. And not even just that. Now we're getting the tourists to come out and check
Yep.
it out. I mean, Locale is located down Blue Diamond, way far away from where I am in the Strip. And she was sold out during CES.
I've been following
Yeah.
Nicole's story
I
since she
mean-
was making the move from Italy.
Yeah.
And I used to work with, you know, I'm not sure if it was a boyfriend or fiance or whatnot, but he
Yeah.
was at Bouchon with us, and her story's great. I love
Yeah.
following her and what she's doing in Locale.
Right.
Like I said, she's in our
Right.
neighborhood. I
Yeah.
think I told you to go try that place.
Yeah.
Her story is pretty incredible, and that's ties right back to why. Because Nicole is a perfect example, along with every one of the female women chefs that Jolene just mentioned, of really breaking through something and making herself a role and getting known for what she's incredible at, which is her culinary talent. And that's why it's so important for people to be at this event on the 18th. You will get a chance to talk to Nicole and hear her story. You will get a chance to eat her food and be with all of these chefs that are, you know, they're setting the standard and they're willing to have the conversation that needs to be had.
And to touch on that, what we're doing is we're also giving, you know, Nicole, Jennifer, you know, all these platforms where they can also mentor other women where they were fighting so hard to get to where they are. They may not have had time before. Do you know what I mean? And now they realize how important it is to like pass that on, right?
Yeah.
I know Nicole's a big, she does already a lot with UNLV, so she's already doing as much as she absolutely can do. But a lot of these women, I mean, just even me, like, unless somebody reached out to me, it wasn't like a thought of like, oh, what else can I do? You know, so we're creating that for the women that are in these executive roles as well to help out the younger ladies.
Well, I'm excited for the 18th.
Yeah,
boy.
hey,
I
18
mean,
sounds like something we're doing for
you know,
sure.
Emery, you guys, anytime you guys are up to something, I love when you reach out to me, or because I love being a part of it. It's always great being around you guys. The energy is always cool. I got to be sit on one of the panels for
Yeah, you did.
that was awesome. Like the tasting.
That was Back House Brawl.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
were one of the judging.
Yeah,
you
one
were
of
a
the
judging
yeah.
panel. Good,
Yeah.
Derek.
2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome just to see the amount of people that you guys
That's
you know,
all
rally.
industry.
Yeah.
That's all industry.
Yeah, it's so fun. It was such a fun night. Some amazing people. You know, the initiative's always amazing. So we're excited about it. You know, seeing what's next, and you know, like I know Coby hasn't missed a meal in a while, but
I mean, hey, look, I'm the biggest foodie at the table,
Yeah,
believe
see,
it or
yeah.
not. I can go a
Nah,
mile
baby,
with you,
we,
Jillian. We will do a different show about great restaurants.
Yeah,
we
perfect.
should. We
Yeah.
should. A Vegas tour with Jolene and
And
Coby.
it sounds like you and I are
that
going to
would
be
a
on
lot
a
of
secret
fun.
burger
you might
date
have to
soon.
Go out, you might
Yeah.
have to go out on the street with your cameras for that one, Coby.
You know
the
what?
funny thing is, so
This
we
thing
have-
can go live anywhere, so
Yeah,
I'm
we-
in.
We want to thank you too, Derek and Coby,
I
for
know, for
inviting
doing
us and giving us
Yeah.
the opportunity to talk about this and share this story and let people know what Y is all about and why it's so important that Y is in Las Vegas and how we're using this community. You know, so many people look to Las Vegas, right? What's happening? We're the trendsetters. We're the people who many other culinary cities who are extraordinary in their own right, they look to Las Vegas and see what we're doing. So having the opportunity to be here and share this and talk about it with you and broadcast information about this, we really appreciate you guys. So thank you.
That's what this is all about. This podcast was always meant to be about the community, for the community. To get out to great people that are influencing the community, people that are doing something special. I mean, we've had you wouldn't believe the different industries. We've even had Henderson Public Library, who has a tremendous amount of data, who has a tremendous amount of information, and a great resource to grow your small business. You wouldn't think of growing your small business from a library, but they have resources
that's
to
great
do
to
that.
know. Yeah.
So there's a lot of amazing stuff that we have in. But whenever Emery, I love you. You know that. You're one of my favorite people. And anytime we can do something together, I always say yes.
Thank you, Derek.
Yeah,
I know
I
you
always
do.
say yes. I
know
always
you
say
do.
yes. She's a very easy woman to say
Thank
yes
you.
to. So
Thank
I
you.
agree.
you.
I mean, she's a rock star. I appreciate you. And Jolene, obviously, again, your passion radiates just from your smile and how excited you get when you speak into something. And so I look forward to really following your journey now.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you letting us be a part. So thank you both so much. And listeners, this is your opportunity to do something super cool. So check out the event on the 18th. Go to the website, join us. I'm going to be there. Derek's going to be there. I'm going to speak for you. I'll kidnap you. It's going to be delicious.
I'm excited just to see what's going on. I really want to check out the hall too. I really want to see what's going on there.
Yeah, UNLV is doing awesome work. I'm a big fan of what UNLV is doing. Jane's a graduate there, so I'm kind of forced to be a supporter.
Yeah, that's it. You're a rebel now.
Oh, geez. I love you, MTSU. I'm always going to be a Blue Raider. Guys, thanks so much.
Thank you.
for joining us on Living Large Las Vegas. Come back and check us out. We're going to do a follow-up here. We got to talk about some really great restaurants. I'd love to get one of these chefs on here to come and really share with you what that behind-the-scenes look looks like, listeners. So check us out, Living Large Las Vegas. Make sure you hit their website, and we'll see you again here soon.